Hey guys, so just a disclaimer before we get into this video is about my tattoos. If you don't like tattoos, that's super dope and cool for you, but I do, and I personally decided to get them, and that's my personal opinion, and this is my body, and I can. So if you don't like tattoos, that's cool, but please click off. We're just chilling, we don't need that energy. We're just gonna chat about my tattoos, and yeah. Hey guys, so I'm finally, I know I've been saying I'm gonna do this forever and I never did. I'm finally filming my tattoo tour. Honestly, I don't really have that many tattoos, so I feel like this is kind of gonna be a short video, but I do have a lot of interesting stories about them because I got all of them while I was living in Seoul, South Korea. A lot of you guys know that I went to university there. If you don't, hi, welcome. My name is Abril Rios and I lived in Seoul for 3 years and now I'm living in Los Angeles, California. As you guys know, or maybe don't know, tattooing is actually illegal in South Korea. So it's kind of interesting. I think you actually need a medical license to practice tattooing there. So obviously it's kind of like an underground practice, but the artists that I met there were all super amazing, super reputable, and I know that they genuinely had a passion for, you know, tattooing and they wanted to do this. So it's not like they're, you know, going against, I mean, you know, technically, but hey, we're not gonna get into that, right? The first tattoo I got was actually this one on my finger, and I got it when I was 17. I forget the name of this studio. I'm gonna have to look it up, and I'll put the artist and studio links down below as well. But yeah, it was this studio in a nicer part of Seoul, and I believe they moved their studio since then. I actually got this little crown because I really like Basquiat, the artist. He's from Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn for a while when I was growing up as well, and I just really love his art. And back then I was really into him. I had a lot of books about him, and I don't know, it was just, I thought it would be a cute little safe bet as well. Because like pain wise, I'd probably give this like a 1 out of 10. So obviously I've changed. I had to stop filming in the middle and come back to it. Next tattoo is my chest tattoo, which is a little skull with a rose in its mouth, and it says Memento Mori, which I really love that saying. A really long time ago, I read this little snippet or whatever in like a history thing. I don't know where I found it actually. I'm not making sense. I'm not explaining it well, but I found this little snippet explaining that when kings used to win, you know, huge wars or battles, they used to bring them back and, you know, have these huge parades to celebrate the king and their successes. But they would always have someone reminding them, you know, Memento Mori, we're mortal, you can't bring these successes to your grave. Basically, just remember you're immortal, you die. And I just think it's a really humbling saying. So I got it tattooed. I think I was probably 17 or 18 as well. This one was done by a tattooer named Masa, and I'll link him, of course. He is amazing. He also did my ankle tattoo, which I got matching with my best friend Mila, who I lived in Korea with. She was my roommate. But yeah, we got a matching tattoo on our ankle. And what's cool about Masa is that he uses these really thin needles. Like, I can't even express how thin they were. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, how is this even gonna show up and like not fade or anything? But actually, like, his tattoo work, as you can see, like lasted beautifully. I never got the chest one touched up. I have gotten the ankle one touched up only once. But I got both of these tattoos probably when I was about 18 or 17, and I'm 21 now. So, you know, the really thin line work actually stayed really well for me, and the pain level for the chest one was so minuscule. I was expecting it to be a little worse because a lot of people told me that chest tattoos really, 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 really hurt. But like, I went into it really scared, and basically I feel like it was kind of like a 2 out of 10 for me. Like, that area, maybe it was because of the really thin needle, but I just really didn't feel anything. On the other hand, the ankle tattoo hurt so bad. I think it was one of the most painful locations for me. For some reason, it just hurt so bad. And it was the same sort of needle as, you know, the chest area. So I think it's just that area for me is sensitive. I would probably give the ankle one like a 7 out of 10. Like, it was really painful. Of course, it was super quick and Masa was amazing, so no complaints there. But yeah, that was a really painful spot for me.
So the next few tattoos you're gonna see are all done by artists at Dust Camp in Seoul, South Korea. They are all amazing. This is a studio that I really recommend you guys check out if you're ever in Seoul.
My next tattoo was my Kurt tattoo, which, as you can tell, I'm a really big fan of Kurt Cobain. I love him. He's probably my #1 inspiration in life, and it's gonna stay that way. He's here forever. So what inspired me to get a tattoo about Kurt Cobain? I don't really know. I really love him, and he's someone I think about all the time, and as I said, inspires me in my daily life. So I just thought, like, you wear your heart on your sleeve, why not wear mine? It was really corny, but no, I don't know, I just thought I had to, and it just felt right. And honestly, it's my favorite tattoo. Like, I'm so glad I got it, and especially right here, because I get to look at it whenever and see it. And that's kind of my complaints with some of my other tattoos. Like, the one on my back, I wish I could see it and know that it was there. Like, it really sucks that I can't see it myself, you know what I mean? So yeah, this tattoo was done by Frank Carey. She's also part of Dust Camp. I actually can't find her Instagram now, so I'm not sure if maybe she deactivated, or I don't know, I'm trying to find out. So if I find any links for her, I'll post them down below. But she used to do this really cool lining sketch work, which, as you can tell, yeah, it's like a little drawing. And so basically what I did is I sent her a picture of Kurt, of, you know, a few examples, and we worked it out, and she sketched it out for me and gave me a few options. And yeah, it was really amazing. Of course, like, Dust Camp, like I said, was super cheap always. Their pricing, just, you know, I would never find pricing like that now in California. So I'm really glad I, you know, took advantage of being in Seoul and having so many amazing, affordable artists there, you know, at my leisure. So it was really amazing, and this is a piece I'll always cherish. Oh, pain level on this one was, well, I'd say like most of it didn't hurt at all. The parts that hurt were when I got to the bottom here, you see, and it got closer to, I don't know what this part of your arm is called, to be honest. That's where it really hurt, but I'd say like overall probably like a 5 out of 10. Like, it was pretty manageable. I could sit there and take it, and it wasn't like crazy or anything. That sounded kind of weird. Anyway, so my next tattoo is my big Joker card tattoo. So the explanation behind this actually is that I love the movie The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger as the Joker. That's my absolute favorite movie, and I love Heath Ledger, and I love the Joker just like as a character in comics, and like outside of Heath Ledger playing him, I love the Joker. So I wanted to get a Joker card from the movie The Dark Knight tattooed, but I didn't just want a card, I wanted a hand holding it. And I had seen this artist, he had done a few with like hands holding a card, and I thought it was really cool. So I requested that we do like the ring, obviously, because I wear a lot of rings and those are really important to me and always have been. And so I got the Joker card from the movie, and I got a little sleeve with a ring, and this has 7, you know, lucky 7. I think this one's really cute, and it's obviously really big, so it's one that I get a lot of conversation on. This one took like pretty quick. You'd think this would take a really long time, but I think it took like maybe 4 hours. My longest tattoo was probably my back one, which took 5 or 6 probably because of the shading. And as for pain on this, It also was like a 5 out of 10. This one doesn't really get close to any sensitive areas, so there was no point in time where I was like, okay, this is way too much for me to handle. I basically, like, I have a really good pain tolerance with tattoos though, so I would take what I'm saying with a grain of salt if obviously you're someone who knows you have a high pain tolerance. Like, I can sit there and fully just like take a nap while I'm getting a tattoo and be relaxed and like I'm good. I kind of like it. So it's like, don't take what I'm saying for full truth, you know, obviously. Yeah, this one I will forever cherish. I think it's such a cool piece. Like, I don't regret anything I got. Like, I think I did really well. Like, I didn't plan out any of these pieces like in advance, so considering that I didn't really plan, you know, where I'm gonna put things in advance and what kind of vibe I'm going for, I think it looks pretty dope, if you ask me. I didn't have Kurt. I don't remember if I had this one actually, but I did ask for help on the placement and they were so helpful and I love where it is. This one took probably like 3 or 4 hours. It was pretty fast, and it's another one that pain level wise, like for anything up here, it was probably like 4 out of 10. But as these little guys got closer to my bony ass elbow, it got really, really painful. These little guys, that was near like a 7 or 8. So as you can see, it has red in it. I did want a little tinge of red in there. I do want to maybe get some more that have red in it. I do really like how the red looks on my skin. I don't like how the blue and green look on my back tattoo very much, so I might get that switched up. This tattoo I got because one of my biggest fears are spiders. I really am freaked out by insects, especially spiders. But black widow spiders are a type of spider that I find to be really beautiful and really fascinating. You guys should definitely read about them. I think like their mating techniques are really weird. I just think it's interesting that, you know, I'm so scared of spiders, but I think this one's really beautiful and majestic, and I'm intimidated by it, but in an appreciative way. So that's why I decided to get a black widow spider tattoo. I just love spider tattoos. I think they look really cool. I was thinking of maybe getting the web as well, but I don't know, maybe not, we'll see. Next one we have is my back tattoo of Earth. This is the artist. They were amazing, and actually I got so lucky because right after I got this tattoo, they kind of blew up in Korea and like the wait list was crazy. So honestly, I got really lucky with them. Their whole style is kind of pastel, watercolor art tattoos. And back then I thought I had really enjoyed that style, and I did, but now that I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and know what styles I like, I definitely would not get another watercolor tattoo. I think this piece is beautiful and really well executed. And you know, it's a gorgeous piece, but for my personal taste, I definitely would get something a little more traditional, outlined in black, maybe less color. So I might get something added to it, we'll see. But this one, pain, 0 out of 10. I don't think I even felt this happening. And it took a really long time, so I was like laying there kind of asleep while it was happening. It was pretty great. And their studio was beautiful. I had 0 complaints. And I think it's a really cool piece, and I do still like the idea that I was going for, but I think in order to match, you know, the style that I found that I like for myself, I could definitely get something changed back there. So it's a work in progress, but I do love her. I always forget she's back there, my little Earth, my little girl. But yeah, I think it's definitely gonna stay. I just might get some changes done to it. Those were all my tattoos. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was long awaited. I'm so sorry. I'm literally the laziest person. Like, this is not happening anymore. I want to make content for you guys. I have so much to share. So I'm going to. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I love you guys. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's Abril L. Rios. And on Twitter, it's Abril Louisa Rios. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah. See you.